Hi, identity families and possibly friends and students. I am Lindsey Cooper, the director of identity, in case I haven't had the chance or the privilege of meeting you personally. I just wanted to jump on a video so that you could see my face and hear my heart regarding what's next for identity. Obviously, this is a crazy time for all of us. We are making decisions left and right, with the unknown being very present in our life and not really knowing how to proceed in some areas. But one thing that I believe that happened to me while I was thinking and praying about what to do with the studio is that I kept hearing the word constant. And what constant is to me is also similar with consistent. And so for me, I believe that with everything that's happening, especially for your kids, having something constant is going to be so important, and something that I know that we can give to your kids, but in a different way. So Dusty, my husband, and I researched some things in order to bring you a whole new way of dance, which is very similar to what schools are doing. And we are going to be participating in a program called Zoom, and all of the teachers are on board. I've actually already got our identity Zoom account set up, and all of our classes are now going to be happening online. The nice thing about this, the benefit of it, is not only do we get to continue and not have to shut down, we get to personally interact with your kids, because I don't know if you've seen Zoom or had experience with it yet. You will very soon. You'll see the instructor. For example, if I was your teacher, you'll see me up on the screen, but then I'll also see you. So you'll log in, and we'll give you a link to click on, and then you get to log in, and actually this enables us to keep our same schedule, to not pre-record and upload videos, because that was quite the chore last week. We felt like, or I felt like at least, and I know the teachers did too, that it was a little bit scattered. We were all in different locations, some of us. Each video sometimes took upwards of an hour to an hour and a half to upload, and so we've just decided to go a different route, and we want to be live with you. So these classes are going to be unique and different. You're going to be able to still prepare for the show. It is very much my strong desire and prayer that we are going to prepare as if the show is still happening, and it's not till June 27th. So I'm the type of person that I don't like to see things too far into the future. I like to take things 1 week at a time, especially right now. So right now on the agenda is to do online classes for April, and these are going to be very important. So we want you to participate in them, obviously. We completely understand, because we're in the same boat, that with all of these changes and closures and shutdowns, that a lot of you may have lost your job, or your job looks different, or maybe you're getting paid less, or just different situations. So we're trying to figure out a middle ground on how we can all help each other. Unfortunately, I can't give dance away for free. Those videos we made last week, again, those were for free. We just sent them out there. That's not going to be a reflection of what your class is going to look like. Your class is going to look a lot more like your experience in class. And again, like I said, we're going to be able to see you. The kids are going to be able to see us. We're going to be able to talk, give corrections. It's just going to be a really cool thing to embark on together. And so as far as tuition, we are going to still charge tuition. And again, I'm sending an email with basically all of this summed up, but I wanted to tell you in person, because I'm sure you're reading a lot of things right now, and sometimes it's hard to receive the heart behind it. So we will send out invoices for April, just as if everything was normal. And what we'd like to do for people who truly are in hardship cases where you were either going to have to pull your kid from dance because you couldn't pay your bill, then are going to discount it for you and take it case by case. So we would like it if you would just email Dusty back after we send out invoices. Once we can kind of see what, obviously we're not going to force you to pay your tuition by a certain date, but we definitely need to know who's in and who's committing to the rest of this year. And we are going to send you private links that automatically generate your classes that you need for the week. And again, just to reiterate, these classes are going to be live. So if your class is 4 p.m. on Mondays, you're gonna have class at 4 p.m. on Mondays. And you're gonna log in and I'm gonna be there, or your teacher, or Miss Jessica, or Miss Coco, or Miss Bailey, whatever time your class is for this term, that's when it will be happening. So we'd like it that, even though I know your family structure might be different and things might have changed, a lot of us are homebound, and so I feel that this is a really good opportunity to keep our schedule the way it is. That being said, I just want to tell you, first of all, how much we have thought about you a lot. The teachers and I have chatted. I've done a lot of praying. I am going to admit I've done a lot of crying. I actually felt like I went through the 5 stages of grief, like legitimately. Like, first couple days was just pure shock. Second was denial, like this is not happening, it's all gonna go away. And then it turned into legitimate anger and tears. And I know there's so many people out there, and it might be even you watching this video, that are on the front lines and you're going through something so much harder. But you know, for myself and Dusty, we have so many people that rely on us, and not just my employees, but all you guys. And so for quite a long while, I did feel the weight of the world on my shoulders, as if I needed to have answers and I needed to have them now. But I took several days and I just let myself process all of those emotions, no matter how ugly they were and how frightening the future looks sometimes. Ultimately, what took over is my strong faith that God will take care of us. He knew about this. I mean, I can't say it any better, but he knew, and there's provision in the middle, on the other side, and I believe that. And I have received an overwhelming peace from God himself that we are to keep marching forward. And I'm excited. Even though it's new, unfamiliar, it's all the things, we find it very important to keep this place alive. And if and when bans are lifted and things change, we want to be able to not have to pick up pieces and scramble and go crazy trying to figure out how we're going to survive. We just want to keep constant and consistent and be good stewards of what we believe we've been given. So that's our heart for this place. I know the teachers agree with me. Ultimately, you know, our motto here is dance on purpose, and I believe that is truly being tested right now, because a lot of times dancers do get, just like an athlete, they get wrapped up in training for something, like a game, a state championship. For us, it's a show. So I told the teachers, regardless of whether or not the show happens, which would be devastating, but I'm not looking that far ahead. I'm just taking 1 month at a time and acting as if this is what we're supposed to do. I believe that Dance on Purpose can be put into full effect right now, because it means that we dance no matter what, no matter how, no matter where, and we do it because we've been called to, not because of a show and not because of any one thing we are setting up above anything else. So anyways, this video ended up being a little bit longer than I was hoping for, but hopefully you feel informed, you feel like we've got your back. Again, I would really like to reiterate that we don't want to lose you as a student and as a family to the studio, so please communicate with us once we've sent out the emails and the tuition, and we just want to make sure that this stays alive and that we can keep the lights on, and I think that's where everybody's at right now, is just figuring out how that's going to work. So I appreciate your time. I know that you might have more of it than you did before, but I just appreciate you watching. I want to say hi to every single dancer out there. We miss you terribly. It is eerily quiet in the studio. I can hear the lights buzzing, which I am never able to hear that. Even when I come in here during the days or the mornings to prepare for something, I still hear noise. And right now there's just no noise. And it's a beautiful thing, but it's also a really new thing and a really hard thing, I think, on some level. But I just keep picturing the day that our doors are gonna open and people are gonna flood in here. And it's going to be joyous, and it's going to be a celebration, and I just want you guys to hold on to that hope, that we will see each other face to face. Like, we will, just hold on to that hope. Keep praying. We're praying for you guys. Pray for our teachers. This is going to be new and unfamiliar for all of us. We're gonna work it out. We're gonna be rock stars, because that's what all of my staff is we're gonna be rock stars. So thank you again for supporting Identity, and for just continuing to believe in us and believe in what we do. And ultimately, I don't want what we do to be defined as who we are. But in essence, God did give us this to do. So we believe we're supposed to keep doing it. So thank you again so much. And again, I love communication. So if you need anything, even if your family needs prayer, please reach out to us. Email info@identitydance.com. It comes right to my phone. I am a little bit busier these days than normal with having kids and starting the daunting task of homeschooling them and all those good things. But I will be there for you and your families, and in a way that we've never been before. But we're going to do this together. Thank you guys so much, and we're going to see you and hear from you very, very soon.